right behind you.
Hello everybody, welcome back to some Skyrim Special Edition. Oh man, this is may not have been actually the best location to get there, because I think we need to go there, which is really high up. Let's go from here actually. So yeah, like I said, we're going to start by clearing the western section of Winterhold here. Is this place called the Pale, or is that what, or is Dawnstar the Pale? Whatever. Either way, we're heading up to this lighthouse here, um, which is actually a pretty neat location. We're actually going to get a little miscellaneous quest and a new blessing, I guess. I don't know, active effect, but that just doesn't seem like it means a whole lot. To be fair, it's not like an amazing effect or anything, so I guess it doesn't really have to sound all that special, but I mean, still, it's a nice little passive bonus. There we go, that makes more sense. Passive bonus. There we go. And what do we got in here? Pitchfork, broom. I don't know that they had like pitchforks that you could pick up, so that's handy. And let's head into the Frostflow Lighthouse. As you can see, things are not going great in here. Cellar door, master lock. Wooden door, expert lock. But yeah, so we have a Falmer War Axe in Ramadi. Find the source of the murders in the Frostflow Lighthouse. So her name is Ramadi, but we have Habdi's journal. Okay. After years of sailing from Hammerfell to Solstheim and back, Ramadi and I have finally saved enough money to buy that old lighthouse we spotted on the coast, and we are moving in next month. These nerds really know how to live. It may be cold, but you can't beat the tranquility of watching icebergs to live out your silver years. Ramadi loves the place too, despite the occasional leaky ceiling. Manny and Sudi, unfortunately, seem miserable here. I know the kids are old enough to strike out on their own, but I hope they'll grow to love the peace and quiet here as I have. Manny and Sudi continue to bicker and harass each other, and they seem to have started in on their mother as well. Ramadi keeps finding things missing from the cellar. Sadi said she heard a noise down there, but Manny... Wait a minute. Manny? Who the fuck is Manny? Oh, it is Manny. Was I saying that wrong, or did I just like have a brain fart there and when I read Manny that time thought the rest of them were different? Whatever. Their mother is going mad from isolation. The very thought of it is ridiculous. She's always wanted to retire here. Sudi keeps saying that she hears scratching coming from the cellar at night. I think she's just trying to get her mother's goat, but I'd better head into town to get a few traps just in case it's skeever. Should only take a couple of days. I just hope those two go easy on Ramadi while I'm gone. Oh gods, why? I returned home to find my beautiful Ramadi killed, and this horrible bug-like creature ransacking our home. Managed to kill the damn thing. I think it might be a Daedra. I've never seen anything like it. Oh gods, poor Ramadi. It must have come out of the cellar. I'm going down there and locking the door behind me to make sure they don't escape. I don't know if I'll make it out, but I have to save my family. Well, I mean, you say that you have to save your family. Is the rest of, like, are your kids down there? Because otherwise you're just going down there to die. I mean, I feel like it's kind of weird that he didn't mention, you know, it's not like, where's my kids or anything. Obviously, as you can see in the chorus, he killed it with a woodcutter's axe. We also get our torch bug in a jar, which is, there we go, Manny's cellar key, which is our non-added bug in a jar, unlike a couple of the other ones that I found that were added with, I don't, oh, what the fuck was that one thing they gave us? I don't remember. Mainly because don't care, didn't want it in the first place. Didn't really have a choice in the matter. Amethyst, no, silver necklace, coins. So we got some clothes here and a lot of flowers, but that doesn't, I mean, we don't really know enough about these people to apparently I like reading about vampires. What is this one? Sudi's journal. So this is Sudi's room. I hate it here. Why do we have to move to Skyrim anyway? I miss the big port cities. There was always something to do and new people around, or even being cabin girl on one of the ships we used to sail on would be better than this. Manny says we should run away, but I can't leave mother and father alone out here. Oh, what to do? Been here for 2 months now, and there's nothing to do. From the top of the lighthouse, we can see all the way to the college at Winterhold, but father says that magic is for danger worshippers. The only interesting thing to have happened lately is that mother snapped at us at dinner and accused us of stealing things out of the cellar. I did hear scratching down there the other night, but I thought it was just father cleaning fish. I caught Manny in the cellar a couple days ago, going through some of the barrels and crates. At first I thought it was him all along making those scratches to play a trick on me, but I heard them again last night and Manny was in bed. Father finally said he would go get some traps and poison from town in case it's skeevers. I'm really scared. It doesn't sound like skeevers to me. Manny won't listen. He thinks I'm just making up the noises and keeps sneaking into the cellar. Oh, why is he so stupid sometimes? I don't know why he keeps going down there, but I found the cellar key, copied, and hid it in Mother's favorite keepsake so he won't find it. The scratching is getting louder. So, Manny went down there with the scratching, and I guess... I don't know. I mean, I guess... Oh, and here's Manny's letter. Sudi, I know you've been making up that stuff about the noises in the basement to try to get me to stay, but I'm only waiting till father gets home so you and mother are safe. You can always come meet up with me before I head back to Hammerfell. Take care of yourself, little sister Manny. Oh, okay, so he was down there. He was taking stuff so that he could piss off, I guess. I'm assuming all this stuff that I'm currently taking is stuff that he was getting ready so that he could leave. Now the fact that that stuff is still there leads me to believe he didn't make it. By considering that his father came home to find, well, their mother at least, dead and naked for some reason. Did she even... No, empty. Yeah, because all she had was the journal on her. Is that supposed to happen? Because last I checked, Thelmer generally don't wear clothes, so I feel probably wouldn't take them. Right? Like, that doesn't really make sense. Oh, we got another journal. Ramadi's journal. Finally did it. We bought the Lighthouse. I thought Habdi was just making idle promises all these years. What husband doesn't want to promise their wife the 2 moons from the sky? But I didn't think we'd actually manage to get it. Now, if I could only find where we put everything. I can't find my favorite cooking pot, and it is slightly infuriating. Sudi and Manny seem unhappy, but they're still young and don't seem to understand that we just want to spend a few more years with them before they leave us to see the world. I know they think their father will live forever, but I see his age creeping into his eyes. He made me promise again that when he died, I would put his bones in the lighthouse fire so he could look out over the ocean forever. Oh, those two get to me sometimes. I went to unpack some of our keepsakes from the trading ships we used to sail, but I can't find them. Sudi keeps saying she's hearing something in the basement at night, and Manny suggested it was skeevers. They know I hate skeevers. But I'm too scared to go down there at all. I'm glad I unpacked my favorite urn and put it safely on the mantle before those two started causing mischief. If they put a skeever in the basement, I swear. So that's supposed to tell you that it's in the urn, but I feel like if they were going to do that, it probably should have been like, not like an urn that you open like that. Like, it should have been like an urn that you actually had to like pick up and move, right? Like, yeah, because like the fact that you just open it up, I mean, I don't know anybody who would. Well, I mean, I guess I do know people who ignore those. I mean, oh, this one actually doesn't open that. Well, you know what? We'll check that out after because we'll have to come back up to leave. Maybe, I guess. I don't. I feel like we would. This doesn't seem like a place that would have a back door. Also, if you really want to, another easy way to level up your sneak. You can actually level it up because these chorus down here can obviously detect you through the floor, but can't get to you because the door is locked. So you can continuously sneak and lose them. Because I do believe that, obviously, if you're moving while undetected by somebody nearby, and there does have to be somebody nearby, you just can't be you can't just like be in the middle of nowhere with nobody around you walking into a wall crouched and level up your sneak. There does have to be somebody nearby. A good place to do that is Here, because you can use these chorus because they can't get up to you. So like when you're moving around, you'll gain a little bit, and then once they detect you, if you stop moving, or move just like a little bit further away, they'll lose you. And I do believe that once you go from detected to hidden, you do get a little bit more of an experience bump. To Frost Flobus. All right, well let's go check out that other door first then. So I mean, I have to assume that there's Felmer down there. I mean, because I mean clearly she was killed by a Felmer, although there it is. I was going with it because like, what's that? A wooden bowl. Okay. Still don't know why she's naked. It's very weird. Oh, that was so close. Oh man. There we go. Our lockpicking almost maxed out, 93. Although we aren't all that close to 94, so I guess almost is maybe a stretch. I mean, I guess it does take quite a bit to level up lockpicking. Alright, so this takes us up to the top. Oh, okay, so we did need to come back up here then. I'm assuming once we find Habdi down there, he'll have another key for us, or two maybe. I imagine they just do one key. I don't know why they would bother with two. Obviously, Habdi not going to have made it. May find the body of his kids down here too. What is it, Sudi and Manny? Still unsure of how old they are based on that, because like he was like, they can strike out on their own already. Which, depending on, I don't know what age that would be in this universe. Going by anime rules, it'd be like 15 usually. To strike out on their own anyway, I guess. I mean, for the most part, animes that have like kids growing up in them, it's generally like 15 when they can go out on their own. Obviously, oh, here's Manny. I mean, he seems, I don't know, he's laying on the ground. I don't know if he's shorter than regular adults or not. But there's Manny, so that's 2 out of 4 down. But yeah, I feel like it's usually 15 in animes. Obviously, there's ones where there's like 10-year-olds doing shit, but generally those are either isekai ones. Because like there's one by the Grace of the Gods. It's a really good one. And the name, I guess the name kind of makes sense. I mean, I feel like there could be a better name for it. Because like by the Grace of the Gods doesn't really, I mean, maybe it plays into it more in the manga, but for the purposes of the anime, I feel like there could definitely be a better name for it. But still, really good anime. I think I've probably talked about it at some point in one of these videos. Well, maybe not a Skyrim video, but at some point, because I know I've watched it 3 or 4 times now. But I think he's like 8. Like when he's not 8 when he gets isekai. Isekai? I think it's isekai, right? I think that's how they pronounce it. He's like 30 or something when he dies, but then they put him into the body of an 8-year-old. Obviously he does a bunch of shit, but that's not really like striking out on his own. It's like, oh, you're starting at that point, right? And he didn't really have like he was just put into an 8-year-old out in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's not like, oh, you're going to take over the body of this 8-year-old, like in the eighth son. And I think the full name is like the eighth son, Are You Kidding Me or something? Ow. But, that one, or what's the other? Because he gets put into, I think, it might be an 8-year-old, 8 or 10-year-old. But, like, he literally gets put into, like, an 8-year-old, and, like, all of his memories get overridden by him, I guess. I guess. Like, the original 8-year-old no longer exists when he goes in, when he gets resurrected or whatever into him. And he has, like, no memories of the 8 years, so, which, you know, surprisingly enough, causes some friction when he doesn't know who his brothers are, or the fact that they're poor, even though they're nobles. But anyway, also a good anime. And then there's, Ascendance of a Bookworm, also a good anime. Do believe that she gets, which this has got to be Sudi. Ow. That's right, fall over prick. But she's like 5, but she doesn't really do anything to me. Like, she doesn't, I mean, she does a lot, but not like out and about a lot, you know, like for the, like, most of that anime. Still a good anime, a little bit longer one. I think it's like, still only one season, but it's like 25 episodes, or maybe even more, honestly. It felt longer than that, but either way, yeah, she's like 5, so she doesn't, like, go out on her own, though. And I actually can't remember if she gets any memories from... Ah, fuck. Hey, Brelina, you wanna... Oh. I guess I can't really do that either, though. Well, you know what? And all I got is Whirlwind Spring on there. There you go. Hey, Brelina, you're up. Good. Okay, so we have Sudi here. We have a scrolled page. I don't know how long we've been down here. Father came down to find us, but those things captured him as well. I asked him if he'd seen Mother or Manny, but I don't know if he could even hear me. Those big bugs bit him when he tried to get free, and now he's feverish. They took Father. There had been some others they brought down, but they led them off, and all we heard were the screams, and now Father is gone too. Oh gods, why didn't I listen to Manny? Father's fever was getting worse, and he kept mumbling about Daedra. I don't know where he was hiding it, but I think I know why he left me this dagger. Ah, so she killed herself so that she wouldn't get eaten, I guess. Brutal. Probably left, just a guess. You know, not really, don't really know your dad, but thanks. Just gonna take a wild guess that he left you the dagger to protect yourself with, not killed yourself with it. But I mean, once again, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I would probably leave you if I would left, you know, my kid who had been captured a dagger. Would probably be to give them a better chance to escape, not so that they can just, you know, end it themselves early. But, you know, what do I know? Alright, but anyway, in like animes where it's like, where either they get like isekai'd into a older body, or it's one where like the kids grow up more, it's generally 15 is considered an adult. Now I don't know why that is. Like, I don't know if that has something to do with Japan, or it's I mean, like, I have a feeling it's that, like, well, I don't know. I was gonna say it has something to do with them wanting like as much time as possible. They want it to be like, oh, they're close, like they're old enough that it's not weird if we give them a love story, but they're young enough that we can give them a lot of like older mentors and not have to worry about them being like 100 years old, you know, and having to worry about is it realistic that this person is still alive, you know. Um, I mean, it's anime. They have people that are like thousands of years old. So, I mean, I feel like you can have the mentors be however old you want. I mean, a good choice is also just to not mention how old anybody is, and just let everybody assume. You know, it's like, oh, old man, because like, you know, he looks old, but never actually like give anything that would like say what his age is. I don't know why I'm picking up some of this shit. Like, I have so many like mushroom. Oh, I don't even know what I just picked up. It was liquid of some kind. Hopefully, it was a potion that I can sell and not like a wine or something. Did I loot this guy? Yes. Okay. More chorus down there. Ow. There we go. Goodbye to you. But yeah, I have a feeling that's what it is, so that they can like. Although, well, I don't know, because maybe that's how it started, and then it just like became the thing, you know. Because I was gonna say, I guess there's quite a few animes in that I watch where it's like 15 and they have mentors and that, but like they don't really mention their age. But I mean, there's been a lot of like tropes in that. Okay, I'm gonna drop back down here. I know this is where we were because Sudi's over there dead, but I just want to see if I can. Ah, the chorus was over there. Okay, just trying to figure out this fucking cave. But yeah, I guess that could be just like it became the thing to do where it's like, hey, they're 15. I mean, even my own book that I'm writing, I mean, it starts out, I guess technically the first book it starts, I think he's like 10. I'm not sure I actually I'm not sure I actually give him an age in the first book, but but it is like 10 or so, and then like it jumps ahead 2 or 3 years. I think two to make him 12. And I mean, well, I guess I didn't really. I mean, I don't know. Once again, like, I guess I never said this in my video. I know I was talking to somebody else about that. I mean, like, the main reason why I even started that is because, like, I did actually start writing a book with him as an adult, but then, like, I realized that, like, a lot of the stuff that, like, I was introducing about him, about, like, the people that he's around all the time and certain things was just, like, I was just explaining so much backstory that I was like, I may as well just, I may as well just write the fucking, like, the backstory. Like, they're, like, it's one of those things, right, where it's like, and I ended up doing it because I generally, you know, I really hate it when you have a character that has, like, this elaborate backstory, but you don't actually get to see it because they just kind of, like, skip through it, and you get, like, little bits and pieces or flashes of it as they progress. Like, if it's done well, obviously it can work, but I don't know, I just prefer to see it, you know. Like, for example, I guess this isn't a great example, but I'm going to use it anyway. Like, Sword Art Online, right? The first season of that, really good. Obviously skips huge chunks of time because they're trapped in that game for fucking so long, and it's only half the first season, although I think those seasons are like 20 some episodes, and if they're not, they pack a lot into them. it's got to be like 20 some episodes. But then like during season 2, not the second half of season 1, but during season 2, they repeatedly have flashbacks to events that would have happened during season 1. Now, that one would be an example of one that, like, it's done well. Like, I feel like they purposefully skipped a lot of time during that, while they were trapped in the first game, specifically so that they could have those moments, like, because, like I said, they're trapped in that game. I don't remember for how long, but they're trapped in it for quite a while. So, like, pretty much at any point in the future, if they wanted to, like, reference back to something or have it be like, oh, and this thing happened, when we were trapped in... What was it? It was the first game called Sword Art Online? Like, that's where the name came from, right? Because, like, the second one is, like, Fairy something, or... I mean, they are fairies. I guess the game may not have been called that. But yeah, like, so, like I said, there's, during the second season, I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe they don't jump back into the first game for too long in the second season. But, like I said, I feel like that may be why they did it, why they, because they very well could have had everything done a little faster, but I guess then it might be harder to believe that, like, they were that strong, because obviously they would have needed time to level up and everything, right? So that they could actually, like, be as strong as they were. But at the same time, video games that people play in animes, like, they have levels and that, but it rarely seems to matter. Like, how not to summon a demon lord, like, once again, more in the first season, more so than the second. The fact that he's level 150, which when he played the game, or while he was playing the game, was max level. Now, whether or not that's still true, within, like, the actual world, who knows? Break that so it doesn't fucking spawn another one. I don't know if they can spawn one. But, like, it seemed to matter a lot. But in, like, a lot of animes, they'll be like, oh, I'm max level. But then, it doesn't really, like, mean a whole lot. Or they'll have it where it's like everybody's max. Like, they'll either have levels be, like, it takes so long to level up that it realistically doesn't mean too much, or they'll have it where it's super fast to level up, but it's like, how much shit have you done since you've hit? Which, to be fair, I feel is more in line with most, like, MMOs. Now, oh my god, okay, I'm done. I'm not collecting any more chorus eggs unless it's, like, on a corpse, because this is... Oh my god, Honestly, I can't believe I collected as many as I did without giving up. Is this thing, like, on me? It is. Get off. Because, yeah, look at that. I'll break these. Oh. Frick. But yeah, I feel like having it, like, really easy to hit max level, and then having, like, the stuff that you do at the end of the game make the difference, I feel is definitely more in line with most MMOs that I've played or seen. Because, they need to push that endgame content, right? Because it's the endgame content that'll get people to spend real money on the game. To buy their little, like, once you've reached the end of the game, get some... Oh, there's Habdi's remains. And Habdi's lighthouse key. Because, you know, then they start worrying about, it's like, oh, what about this equipment? Oh, what's the drop rate on this? Oh, what's the, how good does this armor set look on me? You know, shit like that. And it's like, then we can... What? Where'd you go, Berlina? You know, supposedly they don't do well, companions. They're not really supposed to do well in this place, but I mean, I feel like she's stuck with us. Like, maybe it's on our way out or something? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I haven't really played that many MMOs. And I think the only one that I actually got to endgame was World of Warcraft. Because, I mean, outside of that, what was that one I played? I did really enjoy it, but they had a... I think it started with a V. But I can't for the life of me. Oh, I know where we are here. Remember its name, but I did enjoy it. But like, I never made it. It had, in case anybody watching this has played, it had some kind of mechanic where when you were fighting bigger monsters than that, you could like break pieces of them to like create weak points, or to like if it was like a dragon, you could like break its wings and it would stop it from flying away, and or you could like break, I don't know. I think you would get different crafting materials or something if you broke different pieces, but I never made it far enough to but yeah, I never made it far enough to really get to any of that. Anyway, there you go, Habdi.
Huh?
I think I'm standing on Berlina's head. But there, as you may have seen up there, we got a new active effect called Sailor's Repose, which healing spells cure 10% more. Which is a weird way to say it, because I mean, obviously by cure it means heal, so healing spells heal 10% more, but I mean, it's just kind of weird that they phrased it as cure, because cure generally in most games, you know, it's like you cure poison in that, right? Okay, so let's see, Driftshade Refuge. It says cleared, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot to me, does it? Fast travel there, because there should be. Okay, and then what's this other fort right next to it? Fort Fellhammer, good. Okay, so just south of here should be, yeah, there we go. But yeah, it's if you're planning on doing some restoration, doing some healing, you know, maybe you want to do like a restoration only playthrough. I mean, if you get there early and can get through the chorus, which shouldn't be too much of a problem, you could grab that nice. You know, it's a nice little perk. It's nothing amazing. It's 10%.
No more.
Shouldn't have picked the fight then. I feel like if you hit me first, you don't get to ask me to not kill you. Like, you swung a sword at me, therefore you've chosen to die. This bandit chief wasn't wearing a helmet or gloves. Interesting. Like, I don't remember the last time I saw one that wasn't like fully kitted out. Okay, so there's that. And where does this go? Just outside. Okay. Yeah, that's it for this place. Not really a whole lot to tell about this place. Just another little, like, I imagine that based on this that it could very well be, yeah, because like you could see this fire potentially from far enough away. Like, there's a place, where are we facing? That actually could be the lighthouse right there. I think that is. I think that's the lighthouse. So what's this way? I guess Nightcaller Temple is probably that place that we can like just barely make something out over there. So I'm gonna assume that's Nightcaller Temple. Okay, so let's see. With that, okay, looks like there's only one more place, which is actually more south, which should be, I guess, this cave here. And with that, we'll have actually cleared out. Well, I guess it depends on what you consider the western part. And actually, let's see how long we've been going. That'll actually be good for this part. We cleared out the lighthouse. Did I guess an investigation. I mean, we looked around. Don't know how much you want to call it an investigation, but we'll start on this cave next time. Duskglow Crevice. And actually, this should work out rather well. Because depending on how long... Because we've got about 4 more places, it looks. Depending on if I've done any of them. Because Duskglow Crevice we haven't. Silverdrift Lair we did. So we have 3 more places to clear in the west outside of Alftand here. So if those 3 places take us a half hour to clear the next in the next video, that'll clear us the western section, and then we can do Alftand starting next week, just like I planned. So that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you on Saturday for more.